What are some things that people in the community or in society can start doing to lessen the growth of these problems?
I think that society has started doing that. With sexual violence and rape, the Me Too movement has been huge because victims are realizing, recognizing, and sharing their experience with other victims, not just with society, but we're standing up and we're saying, hey, that happened to me too. And then it gives society as a whole, people that aren't working in this field, the understanding that this happens a lot. It happens a lot more than they know and than they want to think about. So if we as individuals stand up and call this out and name it for what it is, then we are shedding light on it. And batterers don't work well in the light, and rapists don't work well in the light. If I call you out on that, if I let you know that joke you just told is tacky and not funny and patriarchal, and I'm not going to let you get away with that. It's the little changes along the way like that make the big changes, that cause us to recognize 1 in 3 women are going to experience intimate partner violence in their lifetime. 1 in 3. So it's huge, and we have to recognize that this is going on, and it's going on behind closed doors. And when we see someone that, if my coworker comes in with a black eye, I am going to ask how that happened. And do you need some help? Because naming it brings it out, and that's the only way we can address it, and that's the only way we can change anything, is by calling it by its name and recognizing it and saying, yeah, no more.
Okay, calling it out, bringing awareness to it so that it can be, so we can start to solve these problems.
Yes.
That may be easier said than done for some that are going through it. What are some other maybe small things that someone who's in a tough situation can start doing for themselves, maybe self-care or building up their esteem if they're in a situation like that?
Yeah, self-care is vital. It is for all of us. It's particularly for victims, because we think it's our fault. We blame everything on us. We don't make the batterer take any responsibility for that. And so knowing that it's not your fault, it is not your fault. You didn't do anything to cause that. You didn't do anything to cause the backhand across the face. You didn't do anything that caused that sexual assault. It is not your fault. And that's hard. That's hard to believe. And so reaching out to someone, to anyone, to let them know what's going on with you, then perhaps your anyone can help you or guide you to the right solution. The right solution.
The feelings of loneliness or being alone are lessened the more you can reach out to those who you know will care for you.
Yes,
and care about you.
Yes, isolation is the best tool that a perpetrator of domestic violence has got in their arsenal, because if I don't see you out and about, then I don't know what's going on with you. If you're missing that person that used to do whatever with you, make their phone ring. Maybe there's something going on with them, particularly in this time with when we went into lockdown for COVID-19, domestic violence victims were stuck at home with batterers. The physical violence increased. So because of the isolation. So reach out to someone that you haven't seen for a bit, that you haven't heard from for a bit, and see if they're okay. And oftentimes we don't want to do that because we're like, well, I don't want to ruin the friendship. Well, if your friend gets dead, your friendship's over anyway. And so suck it up a little bit and reach out to the people that you're missing in your life and see if there's something you can do for them.